Hi there, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Scene of Tarot with me, Natasha. I'm really happy that you have made it here for this reading. I'm super excited about this reading. It feels so positive, and yeah, I just really can't wait for you to pick your pile. So today, I have, rather than using a crystal, we have an affirmation card on top of each pile. I shuffled them and asked which affirmation for each one. So if you want to choose pile 1, this is the positive thinking affirmation. So it says, in the garden of my mind I water the good thoughts and weed out the bad ones. I throw in forgiveness and empathy seeds by the handful if I want, and I take a lawnmower to that jealousy and resentment patch. I'm a pretty badass mind gardener. So that is pile 1. Pile 2 is in the middle, and here we have, no one is fearless, no one. But even though I am not fearless, I am courageous. When fear shows up, I don't run away from it, I use my courage to conquer it. My courage allows me to walk right up to that fear and kick it in the nuts, then quickly hide behind someone bigger until it goes away. So that is pile 2. And then pile 3 at the end is, I speak with gentleness and I listen with gentleness. I align with the gentlest part of myself, and I take joy in being receptive, open and unafraid. I am like a baby deer who's best friends with a baby elephant. The baby elephant wraps its little trunk around my shoulders and we lie down gently on the grass, daydreaming and talking about what sort of humans the clouds look like. So super cute. I love these affirmation cards. Also, I like how it's blue, pink, blue. Looks very aesthetically pleasing. So yeah, have a think about which one you are drawn to today, guys. You can also pop down and see the timestamps, because I know some people are drawn to particular number patterns. And I will see you there for your reading. Hi pile 1, my positive thinking bunch. So if you chose this affirmation card, then this is your reading. So we are looking at what major changes are going to be coming into your life. So this is kind of, I feel like it is kind of in the nearish future, so within the next month or so, I would say. And just a reminder before I get started, I do have space at the moment for some private readings. So if you watch my readings often and you think, oh, they really resonate and you would like to get a private reading, then do get in touch. I've got all the information in my description box on how to do so. So let's get into this. Right, we have for you, first of all, justice. Then we have 8 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, Queen of Wands, 9 of Cups, and we have the Devil reversed. Along with that Oracle cards, we have you're very close to achieving your goal, and we have Wish Upon a Star and Divine Matrix 44. So you guys, oh, I really feel like that you are finally getting, with this justice, everything that you deserve. I feel like you have probably been putting in a lot of hard work, a lot of for some of you I feel like this is definitely in your career or business related. I feel like it is more along those lines, but it could be any other, you know, goal or whatever you have in your life that you've been putting a lot of work in towards. And I really do see that with that kind of 8 of Pentacles. I feel like you have been slogging away. At times you may have felt like, oh, it's not, you know, with the Justice card, maybe you felt like, oh, I'm putting in all this work, is it going to be worth it? I'm not seeing I'm not seeing it come to fruition. Like, am I just being silly? Like, keep putting in all that effort. And I'm here to tell you that no, you have not been silly to put in all this effort. It's definitely something that, you know, I feel like you've probably been manifesting in the background. You've probably not seen very many signs that whatever you're working towards is manifesting. So whether this is a promotion, a new job, if you're getting your business off the ground, I feel like maybe things have been slow for a while and you're like, oh, it's just not going to happen. But I feel like very soon you have this card that says you are very close to achieving your goal. And I feel like this is so true for you that you're kind of not going to have any real signs of it, and it's just going to be like bam, like you're going to get maybe a promotion, what feels like out of the blue, or a new job, without really having to go search for it. Maybe something kind of almost like rocks up to you, or your business really, if you've been slogging away trying to get off the ground, like sales are finally going to go up and interest in it's finally going to go up. And there is going to be a lot for you to celebrate here with that Four of Wands. Look how the four witches in here are all celebrating. It feels more, sometimes this can be, you know, this card, it gets overtaken with the whole like twin flame thing. But here I just feel like a real sense of genuine excitement and happiness for kind of like each other, like really just celebrating. So I feel like people are going to be very happy for you and they're going to want to celebrate you. And the other cards here, definitely with that Queen of Wands, it's like I feel like you have manifested this. You have worked super hard. I just see you as being this ultimate like badass who just really deserved it. And I feel like you should feel really confident. I feel like you should feel like this Queen of Wands afterwards. You should be like, yep, I got exactly what I wanted, because I always get what I want, because I'm a master at manifesting. I am, you know, just always getting what I want. That's how I feel like you should be in that kind of, that mindset. Maybe you need to go on TikTok to get some people to hype you up. If you're not feeling like that right now, go on TikTok and let some people hype you up, because I feel like that's what I kind of do at the moment. And it works. So yeah, definitely this is so, like, it's so positive. And with that Nine of Cups, you know, you have this Nine of Cups and Divine Matrix, and that wish upon a star. This all feels like very much like wish fulfillment. And honestly, I feel like Spirit almost wants me to tell you as well is, don't be limited in thinking what you can achieve. So honestly, I feel like this major change that's happening, this is just the first step. Like this, whatever you're going to celebrate, whether it's your business picking up, you're getting that promotion or whatever, it feels like I get the real sense of like gaining momentum. And with that, I feel like each step is just going to be reinforcing this kind of Queen of Wands and reinforcing that, yeah, I am a master at manifesting, I can have whatever I want. And I feel like that's why maybe this Devil reversed is here. If you've ever had in the past like limiting beliefs, you think, oh, I can't do that, you know, oh, I'm no good at manifesting, saying things like that, or just my manifestations don't work, they never come true. With that Devil card, it's now reversed, and I feel like this is a sign that the more this goes on, the more confident you're going to get, and this is kind of like quashed now. It feels like you have overcome those limiting beliefs. That's in the reverse. It's not a thing anymore. And I just see this as this almost like, you know how you get when they say, oh, when things are negative and it's a vicious cycle. I don't know, I feel like there should be a positive reinforcement. Is that what it is? But it's basically, it's almost like the same version but positive. I feel like put something positive happens, so you believe in it more, and then you believe in your own power, and then more positive things happen. And that's how I feel like you're really coming into this very powerful state right now. And what Spirit wants me to tell you is that do not be limited by your dreams. Like, honestly, with this wish upon a star, I'm seeing this as, you know, there's a child on here, and children literally, they have the craziest dreams. They believe they can be anything. If a little boy or little girl wants to be Spider-Man, like, they believe that they could be Spider-Man. And I feel like this is what you need. You need to not be limited. Don't put limitations on your dreams. If you decide, I want to be, maybe I want to write a best-selling novel, don't think, oh, that's not going to happen. Think, I'm going to write a best-selling novel, because right now you are so powerful. You can make it happen. And this is all about, you know, dreams and being a weaver and bringing things into fruition, bringing things to life. This is, you know, with the 4-4, I see this is very much like, this is a card of being powerful and manifesting here. So yeah, that's what I feel like your major change is going to be right now, is you're really starting to come into this power. You're going to start really believing in yourself. It's going to really start propagating. Maybe that's the word, propagating? I don't know. And you know, you have that positive thinking. I feel like this is what you need. You need to stay in that positive thinking mindset. You know, don't kind of ignore other people. So with that jealousy and resentment, just focus on you. You do you, and you are going to absolutely smash it right now. Yeah, so that's your reading. If this resonated with you, please do comment down below, hit like, hit subscribe, share. Please, you know, spread this joy around. It's really appreciated. Thanks so much, and I will see you in another reading. See you later. Hey there to my pile twos. If you chose the Courage affirmation card, then this is for you, you beautiful souls. And just before I get started, I do want to remind you that I have slots right now for private readings. My work schedule has got very light, so I have loads of time now to fit you guys in, to be able to do these videos. You know, I mean, the downside is, you know, getting slightly less money from working less, but honestly, so much happier right now, and I love being able to do readings for you guys. So if you have watched my videos for a little while and they've resonated and you've been fancying a reading, now is your time. Do get in touch. Look in the description box on how to do so. So for you guys, let's have a look. What major changes are heading your way? So we have the Artist, and for some reason I really wanted to say it in a French accent. I don't know what's wrong with me. We have the Hierophant reversed. We have the Star. We have the Three of Swords reversed. When I literally saw this card coming out, and as it came out, I was like, oh no. And then it flipped around and I was like, oh yeah. Like, the Three of Swords, such a good, it's probably one of the cards that, you know, when it's actually reversed, it's something better. We have Eight of Wands. And we have the Knight of Cups. And for cards, the end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. And opening to discovery. And waking the lion, 19. So, my lovely pile twos, I feel like the major change that is happening in your life, first of all, let's address, you know, that end of a tough cycle approaches, and with the Three of Swords reversed. So I feel like if you have, obviously we are all going through a pretty tough time, but some people have faced, you know, have had it much worse than others during this pandemic. And if that is you, if you have been really struggling, one of the major changes that is heading your way is, you know, this tough cycle is ending. So the pain that you feel or have felt, you're starting to heal from it. With this Three of Swords reverse, I feel like you're very much healing from that pain. And, you know, whether it is because whether you've lost people, whether you have been maybe a nurse or medical practitioner during this time, if you've lost your job, or generally if you've had to work kind of, you know, in the public facing roles, it has been, I feel sorry for people that have had to work in supermarkets, like in the first lockdown when people were crazy. Like, there's a lot of people that have suffered, and I feel like Spirit is saying that this suffering for you is very much coming to an end. And I feel like what this suffering has done, though, is given you, with that Courage card as well coming out, and I see this line and it says waking the lion. I feel like it has very much triggered you, and I feel like you are kind of going to be going through this like rebirth where you come out of this like feeling a lot more confident, and this confidence and strength, how it's going to kind of manifest in your life is, I feel like, for more creative, heart-centered endeavours. So if there was something you always have wanted to do, I feel like now is your time. You're kind of like, I've gone through all of this. Now, like maybe before you've been stuck in corporate jobs, low paying jobs where you're just like, you go in and it's very much a job, it's not a career. You go in and you hate every moment of it. But I feel like right now you're at this kind of threshold where you are going to be getting a lot more brave, a lot more courage to pursue what it is that you love. And with the cards here, I honestly feel like this, as I said, something is, for me, it feels like it's something very heart focused. And especially with that Knight of Cups, it may be, you know, creative, maybe, you know, some of you it might be creative, like in the very traditional sense, like maybe it is art or music. But when it's something heart-centered, I feel like it's just something that makes you feel happy to be alive. Whether you are someone else that is, you know, trying to launch like a spiritual business, whether you have any sort of business that, you know, is something that you have always wanted to do, and you're going to be putting your kind of like blood, sweat and tears into it to make it work. I feel like this is for you, and the tide is changing here. With that Artist, again, I feel like for some of you, maybe it is like very traditional, like heart-centered, but I feel like it's going to be an avenue for you to very much like express yourself and be the real you. So if you've ever felt like you've had to put yourself in a mould to fit in, so if you've been in a corporate job or whatever job where you're kind of public facing and you've always had to be in this kind of mould and, you know, act a certain way, look a certain way, almost like think a certain way, I feel like you are very much breaking out of that mould. I feel like you're going to be rebelling against that, especially with the Hierophant reversed here. Hierophant always feels like kind of it makes me think of like this, I don't know why, the Sex Pistols, very like anti-establishment, Green Day, American Idiot. I don't know why these songs are like all coming into my head. Like I feel like you are just gonna kind of rebel and just live life how you want it to be. You're gonna be like, screw the establishment, like I'm tired of working my 9 to 5 job. I want to do something that makes me happy. And you know, I think Spirit is like has your back here. You have the star, and Spirit's saying that, you know, it's not going to be the easiest thing to do, but if you can dream it, like I feel like you can make it into reality. It's, you know, there may be times that it is difficult, and maybe you have to give up on a few other things, like maybe like financially along the way. Maybe you're not going to make quite as much money, but for what, you know, you lose that side, you're going to make up in a lot more like happiness and joy. And I kind of see this star like with that water. It feels like wanting to, I don't know, it's like she's dipping her toes into like all of this like happiness and joy, and almost like testing it out, like, oh, that feels good. And I feel like that's going to be you. You're gonna, when you first start doing this, it's going to be like, oh, this feels weird. I don't remember going to work and feeling happy, or that kind of thing. You're gonna be testing the waters here. And it's, as I said, I feel like it is going to be very much with this opening to discovery. How I really see this is like you do have the, it's like Spirit saying you have the key to unlock all of this. And as I said, with that kind of like darkness, it's like, yeah, it's going to be tough at times. There is like that darkness, but if you can look through the keyhole, you can see through to the other side where it is, you know, there is light and there's this magical looking forest potentially. It's going to be worth it, and I feel like you're going to discover a lot about yourself along the way, as well as whatever endeavour that you do take. And right now, with that 8 of Wands here, I feel like Spirit is saying that now is kind of the time. This feels like very much like a yes, you should go for it card. There's like less obstacles in the way. It just feels like a let's just go for this, and it feels very, very positive, guys. So positive for you. I really am feeling this energy. I really feel you coming into your own here. Yeah, I really love this for you guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed this reading too. If you have, then do, you know, leave me a comment, like, subscribe, share. So share the love so we can spread some happiness further. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in another reading. See you later. Hey Pile 3, if you chose the gentleness affirmation, this is your reading. So we're going to be looking at what major changes are heading your way. So just a reminder, I don't know if you're new here that you will know this, I do private readings, and my work schedule has lessened up, which is nice because it was getting way too much, but also like it gives me more opportunities to do this, something that I love. And yeah, I have more time now to do some private readings. So if you've been watching me for a while and you know your readings resonate and you would like to have a private reading, then get in touch using the email, or go to my Instagram or Facebook. You can get in touch with me that way as well. So I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to be able to do a reading for you. So let's get into your card, shall we, guys? So it's what major changes are heading your way. So we have the Queen of Swords. I don't know why, I actually really love the Queen of Swords. Strength. We have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. we have the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Magician, and we have the Three of Swords. So don't worry guys with that Three of Swords. Also, look how much yellow is in this reading. I always feel like the cards with the yellow backgrounds always just feel a lot more feel really positive to me. You have your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus, a time to give rather than take, new moon in Virgo. Quite earthy energy there. Then we have a higher view, 41. So notice how that's on a bird. And then we also have birds of a feather, 25. So for you guys, with this gentleness card, at first when I looked at these cards, I was like, oh, I don't know really how that Three of Swords fitted in. I was like, oh, it feels kind of like out of place. They're kind of like the Wheel of Fortune reversed as well. Because, you know, for me, the Wheel of Fortune reversed feels like when you're trying to do a reading about, you know, positive big changes that are heading your way, and you see the Wheel of Fortune reversed, so I was like, oh no. And with that Three of Swords. However, I feel like this is going to be quite a specific reading. Sometimes this happens, so it becomes very, very specific. But see, take bits as it resonates. With this Birds of a Feather, you're a time to give rather than take. And the kind of cards that are here, I feel like you, the change that's going to come your way is that you are going to, whatever you're going to be doing is going to be helping support. I see this as like supporting people that have gone through, you know, a tough time. So I don't know why in my head I'm getting people, you may start, are you going to be working with people, or what you're doing is kind of supporting people like women that have you know, escaped abusive partnerships, or people who have gone through loss, as in like they've had floods or fire, anything like that, kind of natural disasters, or even it could be like homeless people or something like that. I really feel like whatever you do, it's going to be focusing on helping other people that have been through like a traumatic time. I don't see this as your trauma. Maybe, you know, you have been through this recently and you're kind of, oh sorry, I keep hitting the cards, and you have like worked through it, but I really do feel like this isn't yours. Yeah, that's the general feeling, because I was like, oh, when I saw it, because pile 2 had the Three of Swords, but it was a reverse, so it felt like they had done this healing. But for you guys, I really do think with the cards that are here that you are going to be doing something that is helping other people. Now, with the cards, the rest of the cards that are here, there was just someone at the door. So with the rest of the cards that are here, I love that kind of a higher view, Queen of Swords, because it's all about looking at things objectively, and I feel like the Queen of Swords does that very much so. So I feel like maybe you've got to a point in your life where you can, you know, start looking at things objectively, like what's going to make me happy, or being able to be a lot more logical about something. Maybe you've had this idea in the past about, you know, how to either help people or, you know, making that like your job, but maybe before you've kind of been like, oh, I don't know if it's possible. You've not been able to kind of see how to make it all work. And I feel like you've kind of got to this point where you've kind of almost like maybe cut through your own BS. Maybe you've kind of been BSing yourself that you couldn't that, you know, oh, it's not possible, I can't do that, or, you know, I don't know how to, I don't have the money to do that, like all these kinds of things that were maybe limiting beliefs before. I feel like you've kind of got to that point where you're like, nope, putting your foot down with yourself, like, I'm going to make this work, and I'm getting rid of those thoughts that make me think that I can't. And I feel like whatever this is, so even if you are not, even if it's not something, you know, about helping others, or if it's just like, you know, with this card here, your dreams need a practical plan. I really see that that is the sort of major change that you're going to make, that you have got to a point where now you know how to make those dreams work. Anything that was holding you back, you've kind of let go of with that Queen of Swords, and I feel like now you are just ready. You're in that mindset of, I can make this work. And so with that time, it's with this. So if you're not thinking along the lines of, you know, community-based service, not that makes it sound like you're in prison, but you know what I mean. You know, that new moon in Virgo, the new Virgos obviously is that earthy energy, and the thing with Virgos is they're fantastic at planning, and you know, they're quite good at making things into a reality. That maybe they don't manifest it because, you know, they're quite practical and they live in the here and now, but they are good at, they will put together a project plan, and they will have the Gantt charts ready, the highlighters, the everything. They'll have everything that you could possibly think of all sorted. And I feel like this is, you know, you're at that point where you have got everything together and you're ready for it. You want to make this work. You have this high perspective. And, you know, if you are someone that has gone through a bit of a rubbish time here, you have that strength now. You've kind of made it out the other side. You have the self-confidence. This is a card of Leo. And Leos are, as we know, very, very self-confident. And I feel like you're in this absolutely fantastic place now to start building towards your dream, especially if it is like service-based with this birds of a feather and a time to give rather than take. I feel like this is, you know, what it was all leading to. With that Knight of Pentacles, this is Spirit saying, you know, I feel like it feels like there's a lot of earthy energy going on here. With that earthy energy, you know, it may be slow. Don't expect, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day, as they say. It's going to take hard work from you, but you are more than capable, and you know, you're going in the right direction. You're going to be building slowly, progressing, and just constantly building upon, you know, your success. And sometimes that's actually better than, you know, rapid growth. Like if you can slowly build up something, because sometimes, you know, especially I feel like in business, sometimes you grow so quick that it's like, it's really hard to then keep that momentum going, and often it can crash. So I feel like you've got like the balance right here with when it comes to your dream, not going crazy and, you know, selling all your possessions and like not having a plan and just being like, oh, I'm living it, but actually now I have nowhere to live and I have no possessions and I've got no money because I've just spent it all. But yeah, definitely you're going to be building towards this dream of yours. And with that Magician card here, Spirit saying that you, as I said, you are in a fantastic place to make this work. You have all the tools now. It's like you've mastered your mind, you've got all this earthy energy, and it feels like, you know, this is something, if it's a dream, it, you know, it always feels like dreams are something that is very heart-centered. So you're kind of bringing all of this energies together, and you're in the perfect time to make this happen. And that's the message that Spirit really wants you to know, is that you can make this happen. And yeah, so that is your reading. If you enjoyed this reading, please do leave me a like, comment, subscribe, share, spread this positivity around. And yeah, get in touch if you do want a private reading. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you guys in another reading.